business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful.
The emergence of the Petrogami Samajwadi Pakshiya Frontline Socialist Party as an influential player in Sri Lankan politics. A remarkably significant outcome of the Aragalaya has been the emergence of the Petrogami Samajwadi Pakshiya Frontline Social Party as an influential player in Sri Lankan politics. The Petrogami Samajwadi Pakshiya is composed of the members who defected from the Janata Vimukta Peramuna JVP. It can be considered as a party that was born in the political womb of the JVP and competes with it. The pioneering role played by Anta Vishwa Vidyalaya Shishya Bala Mandalaya or Inter-University Students Federation, which can be considered as the University Student Union of the party in preparing and mobilizing militant student groups for the uprising, seems to have contributed significantly to the enhancement of the strength of the Petrogami Samajwadi Party. The main objective of the July uprising was to oust President Gotabaya, but they were fully aware that Gota had left the president's house the previous night. So the necessity to storm and occupy the president's house was just to show their manpower and symbolic importance related to political power and cause destruction to the historic building and steal the artifacts. Over thousands vandalized, looted, and desecrate these premises. Destroy artifacts of historic value, shove the police out of the public property, which they claim now to be their premises, beat military personnel senseless, and steal weapons and live ammunition that was in their possession. This information was gathered from News in Asia. So these are the activists who want to get rid of the parliamentarians who robbed the people. However, Kumar Gunaratnam, the leader of the Petrogami Samajwadi Party, declares in a very loud voice that the parliament should take into account their views and act accordingly in everything that is done by the parliament.
Representing all local media and international media agencies, we are having, I am Kumar Gunaratnam, General Secretary, Frontline Socialist Party, and we are having this press conference to explain the present current political situation and our stand on this current crisis situation. And we all know that Due to the economic crisis, we have been facing a severe political crisis during the past few months. And the reason for the protest and reason for the Aragalaya to oust the former president Gotabaya Rajapaksa under the slogan of Go Home Gota. So that is not only to oust Gotabaya Rajapaksa, but to abolish executive presidency as well, because since 1978 we have been experiencing the effects of the executive presidency, and there was a huge cry amongst the people, among the masses, to abolish executive presidency. In a number of governments, the succeeded governments, they promised to abolish executive presidency, but they failed to do it. Finally, the people, they gathered and they used their people's power during the past few months, and finally, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the former president, had to accept.
That was a briefing given by Kumar Gunatillake at the press conference recently. Over 1,000 valuable artifacts missing in state premises taken over by protesters. Over 1,000 precious artifacts, including rare antiques of high value, have reportedly been stolen from the Sri Lanka's presidential palace and the Prime Minister's official residence at Temple Trees after the protesters had raided these premises earlier this month. Colombo Page news outlet, quoting police sources, said that the special investigation teams have been formed to trace the rare artifacts that have gone missing. Two experienced politicians, Ranil Wickremesinghe, who entered parliament as a 28-year-old youth in 1977, and Dinesh Gunawardena, who followed his Royal College classmate, there is an imperative need for restoring normalcy in the country, they said. To bring about normalcy, the government deployed police and armed forces to remove protesters who forcibly occupied the presidential secretariat, the highest office of public administration. As the protesters blocked the entrance to the secretariat, the president and his staff had to function from makeshift offices in other government departments. One of the major issues highlighted by the leaders of the countrywide protest movement and various professional bodies was the need for constitutional reforms and a new political order. Hence the solid backing received by President Wickremesinghe from Parliament, where 134 MPs voted for him. This is of great significance as acceptance within Parliament is crucial for the implementation of major decisions, especially the unpopular and the painful economic reforms that are urgently needed and will need bipartisan support in the House. This was the basis upon which the argument for an all-party government was born a few months ago, and this is an opportunity to have Sri Lanka's first true all-party government and push through important legislation which would not only help Sri Lanka survive this crisis but also thrive in the long term. The government has decided to form an all-party government in the future, and preliminary discussions will be started in the next few days with the participation of party leaders, Sri Lanka's political parties and groups, religious leaders and citizens organizations, and a number of international organizations had requested the government to establish an all-party government. The government took these decisions at the first meeting of the cabinet ministers and the Prime Minister's office chaired by the President Ranil Wickremesinghe soon after the appointment of the interim cabinet on Friday. The government will also establish a special economic council to function with strict transparency, especially in financial matters. It is also proposed to present a new budget in the next few months. Hope this video presentation of the current situation and a discussion on the progress made in politics is useful. Stay safe and goodbye for now until we meet again.